Hello, there is no third temple to be built. There is no promise about that in Scripture. It is a deception. Let's look at a brief history of the temple in the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. In Genesis, God is walking in the cool of the day with Adam and Eve, and there is no building. And then God takes Israel out of Egypt, and his presence is with them in a portable tabernacle, God in their midst. And then comes David, and he builds his palace. He comes to God and says, I have a palace now, but you are living in a little portable place. I want to build a temple for you. And God says, since I left Egypt with you, I've never required of you to build a temple. God never required of man to build a temple. Anyway, David, I will condescend, but you will not build a temple. Your son Solomon is going to build the temple. And then Solomon builds the temple, dedicates it, and it looks like things are going well. But shortly after that, the priest and the people come to the temple for their own business, not for God. God is angry and says, I will destroy my own temple. And he illustrated this by taking his prophets, yes, his own prophet's wife, Ezekiel's wife, the delight of his heart, to prove to the people that even though the temple is a delight to you, I will take it away, because you come there not to worship me, but to do only your own thing. Then Jesus comes in the scene, and there is wickedness and business in the temple, and he cleanses the temple, and the people ask him, what authority do you have to do this? And he said, destroy this temple, and I will build it up in 3 days, referring to the temple of his body. Permanent transfer. In John chapter 4, the woman of Samaria asked Jesus, well, our father said we worship in Mount Gerizim, and you people here say that Jerusalem is the place to worship. But Jesus said, woman, a time is coming and has now come when you will neither worship the Father on that mountain or in Jerusalem. But the Father is seeking people to worship him in spirit and in truth. And he says, wherever 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I am in their midst. So all these cathedrals and buildings and all the rest, and they talk of a third temple, has no bearing in Scripture. In Ephesians chapter 2, Paul says that we are a building whose cornerstone and foundation is Jesus and the apostles. 1 Corinthians 13, Paul says, you the believer, each believer is a temple of God where God resides by his Spirit, and we collectively as the people of God are the temple of God. And even as you end up in the book of Revelation, it says there's no temple in the city, for God and Jesus are its temple. Revelation chapter 3, the church